Okay, so one of my students had a question similar to this, and the question says, these two triangles are similar. Find x, find y, find the ratio of the perimeter of the triangles, and predict the ratio of the two areas. Well, since I know the triangles are similar, I can use a proportion to figure out what x and y are. So I'm going to set up a proportion. I can say that 3 over x is the same as 5 over 8. And 3 and x are corresponding sides, so are 5 and 8. So that's why I chose to use those two sides. So to solve it, I'm going to multiply 3 times 8, and 3 times 8 is 24. Multiply 5 times x, and I get 5x. To solve for x, I'm going to divide both sides by 5, and when I divide both sides by 5, I'm going to get 4.8. So x is equal to 4.8 feet. So there's my x. And now I need to solve for y. So to solve for y, I am going to use 4 over y equals 5 over 8. So 4 over y, since they're corresponding sides, equals 5 over 8. Similarly, I'm going to multiply 8 times 4, and 8 times 4 is 32. Y times 5 is 5y. Again, to get y by itself, I'm going to divide by 5. And 32 divided by 5 is 6.4. So y equals 6.4 feet. Okay, so letter A is done, letter B is done. Letter C says find the ratio of the perimeter of the two triangles. Well, something that we know, I'm going to erase all of this here, if that's okay with everybody. Something we know about the ratio of the perimeter of two triangles, the ratio of the perimeter is the same exact thing as the ratio of the sides. And so if I'm going to do like the big triangle over the smaller triangle, my ratio of the big over the smaller is just the ratio of two sides. So that's going to be 8 over 5 is my ratio of my sides. And I know that since they're similar. And so the ratio of the perimeter is the exact same thing. So the ratio of the perimeter is always the same exact thing as the ratio of the sides. Now when it comes to, so there's letter C. When it comes to letter D, it says predict the ratio of the areas. Well, what I know about area, if we just think about lengths, the lengths here are feet. My length for perimeter is also going to be feet. But if I were to find the area of these triangles, it would be feet squared. So using that same idea, if I take the area, if I take the ratio of my sides or the ratio of my perimeter, which is the same, and I square it, that's going to be the ratio of my area. So now, instead of 8/5 being the ratio of my sides, it's going to be 8/5 squared is the ratio of my area. And if I actually do that, 8 squared is 64, 5 squared is 25, and that is the ratio of my area. Okay, so the ratio of the sides, I can just do big over small of one of the sides. The ratio of the perimeter is the same thing. And the ratio of the area, though, I need to take those and I square that ratio.